Welcome back to Danny Rants. Today we're at a different location. We're at Next Gen Studios in Keilor East. They've opened up for me this weekend because I've got a special guest here. He's been flying around the fucking world and he's literally just landed in Melbourne on the back of his Australian tour. And he's come straight from the airport to come sit here and do this interview. So I appreciate it. I have CYRIL sitting across from me.
How you going, Denny?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Good, brother. Good to see you.
Thank you, man, for coming down. But before we start, you've got a moon boot on. I reckon you have to explain to me what happened.
Right. So I was in Belgium. I had to play at Tomorrowland. And I was only playing on like a smaller stage, but it was going to be sick. And I was with Sparksy, actually. And some of the boys from the other stage said, come over to our stage. I said, sweet. And I went down a hill to get there sort of thing, to take a shortcut. And slipped and my ankle just cracked, bro. It was like a crunch, fucking like a bag of Doritos, just crunch, man. Yeah, it fucked up the tibula, fibula, the three little bones in here, the back one, everything was fucked, man. I was on this, they got me on a stretcher, and I was like, had to go down like this area, and they wouldn't hold up my foot. I'm like, you gotta fucking hold up my foot, like, and it keeps dropping. I'm like, oh shit, it's like dislocated. They fucking pumped me through with ketamine, trip balls, man, like full like fucking like horse tranquilized shit, like fucked. And then I remember like sort of waking up after this crazy trip. And he was like, I was like, no more ketamine, you know, you can't speak properly when you're on this shit. And Luke was there. I was like, Luke, tell him not to give me ketamine.
It's funny because normally people pay for it at Tomorrowland. You
got
it for free.
Bro. I got it for free and I'm freaking out.
There's probably people that are going, I'll have it if he doesn't want it.
Yeah, bro. It's like full syringe of it too, man. Not a pill or anything. Like fucking pump me through it, man.
So how was the actual hospital experience over there? Bro,
they got really good hospitals. Like I was in Belgium first of all, and they like smashed it out. But then I went back to Amsterdam, and I live there pretty much. So yeah, bro, you go in there and, like, say they need to do a last-minute x-ray. I'll be in there for, like, a normal appointment, and I'm like, hey, can I just check out the foot, see how it's going? Yeah, no, I'll just go there. 5 minutes will be done. Yeah, so you can literally just walk in, get it done. You do that in Australia, it's going to take 2 days.
Yeah, longer if you're, like, if you're not, you can't get pushed through because you got special people syndrome.
Yeah, it was insane. Just everything's quick, man. And the meals are good.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Definitely not here.
You ever had bitter balls?
Yeah, bro, bitten balls.
So fucking good, man.
My missus is Dutch, so I've been there a couple of times. Yeah, and then we go to a place called it's called Hoes, like down near near Belgium. Yeah, and we eat bitten balls in the mustard.
Yeah,
and what Frickendale is the other one? It's like a sausage. Croquettes, yeah.
Croquettes,
and they smash them on the bread.
Yeah, bro, that's so good. And then if you go to Macca's, they have a croquette burger now.
Yeah,
it's fucking banging. So good, bro. Yeah.
Mad. Sorry, we're gonna wind it back a bit. Stop talking about food. Food and ketamine,
bro.
What a way to start.
I had KFC for brekkie.
I had Macca's, but it's a big happy day. Yeah. So before you start your career, obviously you've been CYRIL forever, but you start. Where did you grow up? Where were you born?
So I grew up in New South Wales in a little town of 50 people, and I went to a school of 200 people. That's like junior, like preschool to year 12. So 200 people collectively. And then, grew up out there. Moved around New South Wales a bit. Went to Queensland for a few years. Mum had a few boyfriends and shit, so we moved around. It's fucking great. Great. And then most of all, though, just out in the country, man.
What was the town?
Ablon.
Never heard of it.
No, you know Griffith is?
Yep.
Yeah, about an hour and a half from there.
I did 2 hours. We did a gig out there once with all like the Melbourne dudes.
Yeah.
Because there was heaps of like, back then, I don't know if it's like that now, but there was like Italian and Lebos and shit out
there.
About
to say, bro, here's some mafia out there. Yeah. Yeah, bro, literally, like if you go there, you see like the intern fucking, you know, the new mafia guys coming up. They've got all the Adidas on, bro. Fuck.
So we used to go up there and do gigs at this joint, this Lebo dude, I can't remember his name now, but he used to fly all the boys up there or drive them up there. Yeah. And they'd do like 1,600 people, bro. But it was like, it was definitely mafioso.
Yeah, bro, it's full on like, yeah. I actually done my placement over there for like, I went to a music shop and done my placement there. Yep. And bro, it's just sketchy. Like you don't want to go downtown.
Yeah, it's funny because like they do the best job they possibly can to make sure no one knows that. But it's like, if you watch listen to docos and shit or podcasts, there's so many mafia.
Yeah, bro. You look at Underbelly. They done Underbelly out there and shit.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's full on.
Yeah, it's heaps of mad yarns. So how do you get to Darwin? Because I know like where your story kind of begins in Darwin, right? So how do you get there?
Yeah, well, sort of like, I went to Townsville first when I was about 17, and learnt like I was already DJing. When I was 12, I started producing. And playing instruments from 2, but 12 started producing, and then about 13 I started mucking around with the decks, chucking parties at my dad's place and shit. He loves to fucking get on the grog, so he didn't care. And then 17 I left school because I went out for a holiday to the Surfers. And I remember sitting in this hotel with the family. I went up to Movie World and all that shit. And I remember sitting in the hotel making music. I'm like, fuck, this is what I want to do. I want to be at hotels. I want to make music in hotels. Like, I want to tour the world. So we ended up going to Townsville the week after to see my auntie and uncle and my cousins. And basically, it just happened to be that we went to X Base over Magnetic Island. It's like a backpacker's place.
Meant to be mad, right?
Yeah, it was fucking sick. And I was 17 and they gave me a gig. But then they realised I was underage. So they said, I'll come back after 4 months and you can come and DJ. So I ended up meeting this guy named Carlos, and he taught me how to DJ real mad and that. And then I went back at 18, had my 18th there, opened for Bombs Away. I don't think I opened, so I played at the Silent Disco when they were playing. And then, Joel Fletcher came up. So I got to meet a heap of the dudes.
This would have been a while back then, right? Because I remember when they used to go there, yeah.
Yeah, that's like, what now? Fuck. Shit, that's like 15 years ago now.
Yeah, I remember these. I remember the parties they used to go. This is like 15 years ago.
Full Moon Down Under.
Yeah, and there was full of all the army dudes, like AJ's.
He's and he's a backpacker too. It was real good.
Yeah, they still do them now.
Yeah. I just actually a funny story. It was turning on a moment. They used to pay me nothing to do it, and then they just paid me a bunch of money to go there and do it. Like
That's
a few weeks
mad.
ago. Yeah, it was on the tour. Anyway, so I went broke in Townsville. Well, I ended up fucking going DUI. 0.01. I had done a house party, had one beer, went over. So I ended up having to ride my bike 10 kilometers to fucking work every day. I was a vinyl layer. And then I ended up like just saying, fuck this. And I tried to get into the army back home. So I had to go back home and done my studies and shit. And then I had a blind eye, so I couldn't get in the army. So then I ended up going to Orange. And then Orange, I went all right. I worked at KFC for a bit and I was DJing. Quit KFC to started DJing. Then I got onto fucking drugs and shit like meth and fucking pingers and cocaine, and I was taking all the drugs. But then because I was at my auntie's house and moved to this shitty ghetto place, and then I started all this fucking drug shit, and then I lost that house.
So this is in Orange.
Yeah.
So another auntie you're living with.
I was living with my auntie, and then I fucking moved out because she wanted to have her own house and shit. I was partying a lot, but yeah, and then I just getting really depressed and got onto meth. And then fucking, fucked up my life a little bit. About a year and a half. Sleeping on my mate's couch, sleeping on fucking, just friends' couches and shit, or, people I was getting off at house and that. And then I moved back home because I couldn't charge my laptop and I couldn't DJ anymore. I was rocking up to a DJ gig after not sleeping for 3 weeks and I was just a fucking zombie, seeing shadow people. And then I moved out home, studied. And then I went to Darwin because I got a scholarship.
So you cleaned up when you went back home?
Cleaned up when I got back home, yeah. Fucking, I was out in the farm just fencing and mustering and shit like that. And then I started studying again, getting back into music. And I was like, I'm never DJing again. I'm just going to be a music teacher.
No shit.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I'm giving it up. I'm done.
Dude, this is going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Your story is very similar to mine.
Really?
Minus the meth, yeah.
What's yours?
So I grew up in the country town,
Yeah.
and my parents were on drugs and shit.
Yeah.
And then so I was doing the same shit, and I was doing a lot of fucking criminal stuff and all that kind of shit. And then I had to move because I was getting in too much trouble.
Yeah, I was the same.
Yeah, and then I moved to an auntie and uncle's house.
Yeah.
And then I was living between different families, so I was getting bounced between auntie and uncles and shit.
Yeah.
And then same, I got on the gear pretty hard, and then I eventually wound it back. But then I continued to work in the
Were you on
industry.
meth?
Nah, it wasn't.
No,
Thank
okay,
fuck, because that's a soul stealer. That shit.
It is, bro.
Yeah.
Fucks ya.
But my family were. So the only reason why I didn't, to be honest, is because I saw my mum on it. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
So and it's weird, one of those things. So I was watching it going I'm not doing that one, but I'll do all the other ones. Yeah. And now I look back at it as hypocritical kind of. But I was like, look how good I am. I'm not doing that one.
Yeah.
But that one there, takes people's fucking souls.
Yeah, bro. It took my fucking soul. I remember times being up for 3 weeks and talking to trees. I remember there'll be a face on a tree and I'll have a conversation with that fucking tree, man. Or driving down the street. I'm driving, fucking 3 weeks no sleep, cooked as fuck, and looking at signposts and the light posts, and it's got fucking people around it, dead people, man. I swear to God, I've seen so many dead people.
It's such a hectic.
I believe in an afterlife, man, because the thing is, of course I was fucked in the head, but being actually visually seeing it, not even thinking it. It was I actually seen it. I could see faces. It's fucked. But then again, I was talking to a tree, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I get you.
What I mean?
Yeah.
But it fucks with your mind, and that's 7 years ago, and it still fucks with my mind.
Yeah, interesting, because I was literally talking to someone yesterday about this same thing, and I was like, you never fully get to come back. Yeah, when you play with that one,
and I'll never do it again. To be honest, I've probably had Coke 3 times since then.
Yeah.
And I've never thought about, I wouldn't get up in the morning thinking, I need a bit of Coke, or, you know what I mean? Or I need a drink or something. But meth, bro, you have one go at it, and the next day you have to have it again.
A mate of mine, mate of mine got hooked on it, and he's been off it probably like 13 years now.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he's like, dude, if I have like 6 beers, I still think about it.
Yeah, man.
He's like, it's
really?
cool. Yeah, he's like, he goes.
Does he want to do it after 6 beers?
He hasn't for 13
Yeah.
years, but he's like, it still goes into his mind.
Wow.
Yeah, like, so he's like, it's been that long since he's been off it, but he still thinks about
Yeah,
it.
fuck. Yeah, I don't think that way. I
Yeah.
never like, if I get drunk, it's fuck, man. I'm an alcoholic. It's probably worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, I fucking, like, I don't get up in the morning and have a beer, but yeah, it gives me so much anxiety. Like, you know what? Sometimes when I have like I smoke the vapes and that, and if a vape's like starting to lose its flavour, it can have a bit of a taste of meth, and dude, it freaks me the fuck out. Like,
Yeah,
it
no
just,
shit.
it makes me shake.
That's
like,
a good
I get
thing, eh?
sweats. I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah, it scares the shit out of me.
But that homeless thing too, like same. So like when my bottom of the barrel, which is, you know,
Yeah.
my turning story part of my journey, same as you sort of, was no one would let me live in their house anymore. And it wasn't I was doing anything wrong, but it was just like I was unreliable, wasn't coming home. Like,
Yeah.
And then I spent time, I remember sleeping in my car during the day.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
couch
same old,
surfing.
yeah.
I was like, it was a few weeks. And then at that point I was like, fuck, I can't live like this anymore. And I changed
My
my
mate
life.
always let me stay at his house, but my mate was also on meth. So I was like, do I stay there, do meth and get fucked up and make music?
Yeah.
Or like not make music and watch him work on his Harleys? Or, you know, but then mum and dad wouldn't send me money. You know, my manager wouldn't get me gigs. You know, this is fucking years ago and I had a different manager because, you know, I was fucked up, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I
of
was,
course.
You know, what sort of guy wants to not the DJ going there fucked? So, yeah, it's just like everything sort of, I seen everyone sort of steering clear of me. I was like, well, that's just, I've lost so many, and I lost so many friendships, man.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, man. And the other thing too is like, I guess it's like a bit of a testament to you live in the country.
Yeah.
So again, I come from the country originally, and like I remember a mate of mine saying 80% of the people that we went to school with got on meth. So it's like in the city now, it's weird because when I moved to the city, it was like, be careful. But now it's like up in those rural towns, it's fucked, man. You know, like, it's like sort of almost hard to dodge.
Yeah, man. I think like in my hometown, I'm lucky because there's just a few people and they're all like very old school Australians. Like they don't do drugs. They drink a fuck ton.
Good town,
But they're like, you know, it's like an Irish town, if you know what I mean. Like it's like very like, just get drunk, have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, have a fight at the pub if you want. You know, just don't do meth.
Good Aussie like fucking town.
Where are you from?
Joincon Broadford, so it's not far from where we actually are now.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it was sort of like one of those towns, bro, like where you live there, not now, maybe it's changed, but like you live there if you're like a single mum, you're hiding from something, there's no direct road through it, like there's really no reason to live there, and so because of that, it was a bit wild. I can talk about that all day, but how do you go to Darwin? So how do you go from there? How do you get to Darwin?
Yeah, dude, this is a funny story. So well, it's not that funny, I suppose. But yeah, so I got a scholarship. So I done my TEP course, which is Territory Enabling Program. Fucking, if anyone needs to do uni, you don't have a Year 12 certificate, it's the best thing for you. You're 16 weeks, you learn like cultural awareness, fucking, you know, you do a bit of maths and English and shit. But it's actually pretty good to get you back into like essays and shit like that. So I did that for like 16 weeks, drank a fuck ton, had a great time out at home, like just studied a lot, went to the pub in the afternoon. And then I ended up like, when I was working, so I ended up having like that semester break and I went out and worked for like 4 weeks and then dad paid half and I paid half and he got me a car. It was like a Mazda 6. So it was like a little sedan fucking, and it was like a lowered sports edition sort of thing, like a custom sort of fucking car sort of thing.
So you were doing townies, like laps up and down the town?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was going everywhere. I was driving 2 hours down in fucking Griffith or, just going anywhere. And I was starting to do a couple of DJ gigs again after I finished the farm work. So just being careful with it though and like feeling good again. And anyway, so yeah, after all that, I ended up driving to fucking Darwin. And dude, fucking in a little sedan, fucking lowered off the ground, driving to Darwin from New South Wales. It's fucking sketchy.
But why? Why did you drive there?
Well, I thought I need my car and I got my shit in the back and I was, starting a new life. So I grabbed all my shit, you know. Dude, I had a fucking little phone that like didn't have credit. I had no fucking way of like, I had to use an old school map. And this is like, and then like I had $700 in my name because I bought the car and shit like that, you know, and paid for food. I had a esky of sandwiches and I had a few steaks in the esky. So what I was doing is like paying for my fuel. And I must have had $1,000 because the fuel was $5.50 and I had a few hundred for like ice and fucking like, you know, a Coke or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, so I was getting out to I'd get out of a town and then I'd camp like every night out of a town. And there was one night I ran out, the sandwich was going like soggy and moldy and shit. So I had these steaks, dude, and I remember opening up this fucking Coke can and I flipped it open, and I fucking just made a little fire and put that on there and cooked the steak on the Coke can.
Bro, I used to do that with weed. We used to call it a cab bog.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, and so I just done that for like 4 days. And then up in Darwin, I stayed at my uncle's and auntie's for like 3 days. And then I got my first little, I was on the uni campus. Yeah, I stayed there for fucking ages. Stayed there through COVID and everything, man. It was mad.
Yeah, no shit. So that's where you were making those tunes in that room?
Yeah. I quit for ages. A good, like, not ages, probably like 4 or 5 months. And then I was over at this, I made some friends that were Indian. And they had me over for dinner one night. Big curry, I was fucking sick. And this other photographer said, "Oh, the owners need a DJ." I was like, "Oh, really?" Like, fuck. Because I sort of told everyone I was DJing before.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need money. I'm on Centrelink, I need a bit of cash. So I went to this place and it was an R&B club. So I ended up staying there for a while. And
what was it called?
Opium.
Yeah, I know the owners.
Yeah.
We used to sell them stock. Yeah, George. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I will give it to you later. But wet pussy sourpuss shots. And
oh, dude, yeah. I fucking got the sour pussy in there.
Yeah. Oh,
George,
did you?
Well, George said, "Do you want wet pussy?" And I said, "Yeah, I want like good one." I said, "Get this sour pussy stuff." And it was like the grape and the sour. Yeah.
So we had it in there before they closed, but it wasn't. They closed not long after we got it in there.
Yeah.
It's random as.
Yeah, because when they closed, I left.
Yeah, okay.
I left before they closed.
Yep.
And then the club just went downhill.
So what were you studying when you were in Darwin?
Bachelor of Secondary Education, Music and Visual Arts, and then I went into marketing. So I got some new skills in music, and I learned Photoshop, and I learned marketing. So I was like, I've got all 3 things I need now to sort of take on social media, and I'm starting to get good at producing again.
Good combination, eh?
Well, I had scholarship money, so I could get a good laptop. I had a stolen laptop before that, a cracked stolen laptop that I got off a crackhead in Orange, and I like had fucking cracked Ableton and shit like that. So once I got a good laptop, I was like, there's no stopping me. I'm good to go now.
I don't reckon there's an Australian producer I've spoken to who actually had a legal version of Ableton when they first started out.
Literally, bro. 100%. You're not going to pay fucking $1,200.
It's so funny.
When you first start out.
It's so Aussie too.
Yeah, I know.
So
and then, I was on FL Studio before that. And then first of all, I was on Logic, FL Studio. Then I went to Ableton when I was like 18, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
So you're in Darwin. You're in Darwin and you're studying. You're doing marketing. You're doing music. What was the plan? You're going to become a music teacher?
Yeah, just music teacher, and I was loving it, man. I was really enjoying it. But then the DJing got a hold of me again, man. And then I got made entertainment manager of the club, and then I went up to promotions manager, and then after that, I done that for a while. I had like 1-4 come up, and
so you know Mark Leota then, yeah?
Yeah.
So me and Mark are good mates.
Yeah, he's a good fella.
Yeah.
So actually, when he left the club, and I was taking over, and he hated me for a minute, and that was fine because he was he was trying to do Discovery, I'm trying to do Opium, and it was like
because he moved over to Rust and stuff.
Yeah, it was a bit of competition, but we're good now. I seen him the other day actually. So I ended up going to Discovery after that because actually Mark, a funny story. So I was with Mark at Opium, and then he went to Discovery, and then Mark left to go to this other club, and then I went to Discovery
because he went to Mayberry.
He went to Mayberry, exactly right. Yeah. So I ended up being at Discovery for ages, and that's when I started making music again because I was doing R&B stuff. I didn't really enjoy it. I was just there. I really liked running clubs. I've always loved running clubs and DJing in clubs. So, I ended up going to Discovery. I became the production manager, and I was one of the head DJs. So I was like one of the main resident DJs there. And then I figured that I was sick of like playing everyone else's music. So I started making my own clubs shit. And then that sort of got things started. I started getting into a little bit of videos. And then it was actually when I went back to Opium, but it was called Motel Loco. And I started I was a venue manager at Motel Loco, which is Opium, but it got called Motel Loco. So I just started smashing out there, and then I started, had heaps of free time through the week because I was venue manager. It was like Monday I do my work, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I had free time. Mrs. is pregnant, loving life. And I just started making music and started putting up videos because I was bored, and then started smashing out. I was doing the videos at Discovery, started going crazy on Facebook a little bit, and then I stopped. And then I booked a few DJs like Roger, Teddy Cream, and they were just like, "Oh, where are your videos?" I was like, "Hold up, they actually noticed my videos." So I just thought, fuck it, I'll do it again.
Now I want to go into that in like way more detail, but when you're working at Opium, for those that don't know, like Opium Discovery, like the places you're working at, can you run us through that a little bit? Because there'll be a lot of people that don't. Like I know
100%.
clubs in Darwin,
Yeah.
but there'll be heaps of people that don't know what they look like.
Well, you got Opium, which is an underground club. Fucking when Opium was done, it was a rundown, man. Like fucking, you want to go down to the ghetto club? Fucking come down to Opium. Discovery is a big club. It's got like 1,500 people in the capacity of 1,500 people. Then you got Monsoons up the road, and then you got Mayberry, which is owned by like the guy that does all the festivals and shit.
Yeah, Russ, can't remember his last name.
Yeah, Russell Temple.
Yep, that's his name. Yeah,
legend, absolute legend. I was actually done some shows for him the past couple of weeks. Discovery's like the main commercial sort of club, sort of like an Ivy or a Billboard's, like 170 Russell or something, in that sort of vibe, or like the Met in Brisbane. Sort of, that's how big the club is.
Is it hot as fuck?
In Darwin? Yeah, fuck yeah. Every club has good aircons though.
No shit.
Like your club's not doing well if there's not good aircons, man. It's fucking hot.
And what are the punters going there? For people that don't know, like, is it a mix of everybody or tourists or?
Well, you've got a huge like native fucking population there. Then you've got it's multicultural, man, very multicultural. I think a lot of people actually come to Darwin to escape what they were doing before, and usually if you've got a skill up in Darwin, you can sort of exceed. I think like it's such a good place to restart your life. I think, and I don't want to move from there. Like it's a bit out the road. But I love it up there. I got my missus, I got my kid up there. I made good connections, and I get to get away from everything as well.
True.
So it's fucking great. It's really good.
So up there, man, when you were running the clubs and stuff, like those bars, in Darwin, was there much trouble or was it pretty smooth sailing?
A lot of trouble, man. A lot of trouble. Like fucking, I didn't get into trouble, but let's just say like, I remember one night, it was 4 a.m. in the morning, this guy fucking got hit, smashed his head on the fucking corner of the club and nearly died, and had fucking blood all over the floor in Opium, man. That was one of the scariest moments in my fucking career of like clubs. It's fucked up. But yeah, there's a lot of fights, man. A lot of crime in Darwin. But it's like, I don't see much of it now. But back when I was like running the club, I remember one guy, I'm not being fucking like, I don't know, anything here, but like this guy or girl, I don't know what they were, but they were like 6.5, like 6'5", and throwing these big fucking rocks, man, at me and the owner in the club. Yeah, the security had to like back everything up. The cops took 45 minutes to get there, and this human being is just throwing fucking bricks around the streets, man, trying to kill people. It gets a little bit crazy, eh?
Well, people go chopper up there, yeah?
Yeah, bro, they get fucked up. Yeah, a lot of people get in trouble up there.
Well, I remember going there because I got family living in Catherine.
Yeah, right.
And I went there twice, and both times after 7 days, I was like, I couldn't deal with the heat, man. Like the humidity killed me.
Dude, the fucking heat kills me. Like I was there last week, 42 degrees it was. It said 36, man. It was 42 degrees in my car.
That's
fucking hot.
Yeah, and I was showering twice a day, and I was like losing my mind. I'm like, I can't deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
And I ended up flying home a day early because of it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, gotcha.
So when you're talking, you start these videos, right?
Yeah.
Which kind of gets you to where you are now, which is flying around the world and all that sort of shit. But what made you start it, and what made you continue to do the same thing over and over again?
Well, I started seeing like, I remember through COVID, I remember coming back to New South Wales, and I put up a remix, and I put up a remix of London Bridge. I remember that was a moment because I got some vibe on SoundCloud off it, and I just seen like I got the hunger for the likes and shit. I was like, hold up, if I can like get these likes on SoundCloud, maybe I can get them on social media. So when I got back to Darwin, I was like, if that can go viral, sort of thing. Like it was like 70,000 listens. But for me, that was huge because I didn't have that before.
It still is. It's huge.
Yeah, it was great. It was fucking awesome. And I remember Facebook. I started doing these videos on Instagram, and then Facebook came out with Facebook Reels. I was like, if I get onto this real quick, I reckon Facebook will boost me up. So yeah, the first few videos got like 200,000 views. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's sick. Like that's really good. And then I've done that for like, I reckon like 8 months. And this is through the process of meeting my missus and stuff. I'm getting up in the mornings, just making these videos, staying up all night, making music and stuff.
Because you're doing one a day, yeah?
Yeah. Usually, well, I was. Now it's a bit fucking hard to do
Of
that.
course,
but
yeah, it's impossible, yeah.
I was, bro. Yeah.
Because when I first heard about you, it was through those guys in Darwin, and then it was like you said, Teddy and Roger.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this guy from Darwin is making a tune every day.
Yeah.
And then people started using you as an example before you blew up. And they're like, to other guys, they're like, well, you know, why are you not doing so much social media? Have you seen this CYRIL guy?
Yeah.
He's getting love. And he's posting every single day. And I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck is this guy doing a remix a day?
Yeah. I can do it. If I got the time for it, fuck yeah. And it takes me like probably 2 hours to make a remix. So if I have a good day of when I'm not busy, I make myself busy by doing 16 hours in the studio every day. So if I've got a studio booked for 5 days, I'm going to be in there till fucking, better be a 24-hour studio because I'm not leaving. Like,
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Or if I have to leave, I'll go back to the hotel and keep producing or polish up the shit I've done for the day. So yeah, I stopped for a while because the views went down on Facebook because videos, you know, Facebook stopped pushing as much and shit. And then, I remember the boys came up a bit and I started booking these boys and they were like, you should do the videos. And, you know, it was going so well and like everyone was sort of like showing you as like, you're doing well. And so I was like, fuck this. So I ended up having like the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you know, I done my work on the Monday. I was like, it's Tuesday. This week I'm going to make all this music. So I made like 10 remixes, man. And included was Stumbling In and stuff like that. And I was like, I need a concept. I need a brand. Like, what do I want to do? And I was like, I really want to do the old stuff. Like, you know, fucking Stevie Wonder, Celine Dion, you know, all them ones I was doing. And then the week after, I had all these remixes. I even had Taylor Swift just in case that concept didn't work. But the concept was remixing classics part whatever it was. And Stumbling In was part 1. So the first video I done of that concept went crazy. I went out and I had $200 to my name after groceries and stuff, and like bills from like Mrs. being pregnant and stuff. I had $200 to spare, so I went to Kmart. I brought a few lights, like just globes. Put them in. I had a lamp. I put the lamp in the studio. You know, I just made it nice and clean and shit. And I was like, all right, I've got some color in here. Like, the videos are going to look a little bit more vibey. I've got no ring light. Let's go. And the first video pumped, and I was like, let's just reply to the comment every day and pump the content. Just like, yeah, dude. Some days I was doing 2 a day just because I had so many remixes, and because I had so much stocked up, I just kept making more and more. I was so excited, and then by the time you knew it, my son's born. Stumbling In came out. It's gone crazy. I've like kept my videos going up, and yeah, now I'm sitting up, fuck ton of followers.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
And so the hat and the cup thing.
Yeah.
Was that from the get-go or was that like later down the track?
That was later. Well, the cup was a thing at on the Facebook and Instagram reels that were doing okay. I was like, all right, I need to incorporate the cup still in because obviously that people like that concept of me turning around. I was turning around in a chair, drinking from a cup. I didn't have a bucket hat or anything. I had random hats, so I didn't like not wearing a hat. I hate my fucking forehead, man. I got a big fucking forehead. So I ended up being. I was like. I had a Macca's hat. I was like, this is fuck, but I'm going to wear this hat. Like, but yeah, so I put this hat on and I was like, I don't really like this hat, but it's good enough. So, put it on. And then the video went viral and I had a Harry Potter mug. So, that worked out. And then,
Bro, it's funny because like even with my shit, like I had a chair and it was off the back of kind of watching your shit. So this is like, you know, ages after.
Yeah.
And I had a chair that I sat in and I spoke to this camera. And then also Paz to move away from that chair because I thought the chair was what was giving me the views.
Yeah.
And then now I've slowly moved away from it. But I'm like, I legitimately was like, if I take a video out of this chair, this won't work anymore. Like I was so like, you know, worried about what was going to happen. Another one too is like, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I know, but I'm not going to call out the person. But you're doing a bit of ghostwriting too, yeah?
A little bit, yeah. Do you know, do you?
I'll tell you after, but basically I not through me directly, but approached you, and this was just as you blew up, and that's how I knew what was going on with you, because I was like, I saw you. So I saw you, and then I was like, I'll get this guy to do some stuff with us, or for us. Yeah. And then they were like, nah, his stuff on TikTok's going nuts, so it looks like he's not going to be doing it. And then not a month and a half later, you're fucking killing it everywhere.
Yeah, I fucking love it, yeah. Yeah, I love a bit of ghost producing because it gets to change up my shit. Yeah. So a couple of DJs reach out, and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Not anymore, you're not doing it?
No, I do it now.
Oh, you still do?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, legend. Not for I think I know the guys you're talking about. I don't do it for them anymore. Nah. but I do it for some new artists here and then, just
Yeah.
like rarely. But I'll take like 90% royalties.
Yeah, of
So I
course.
make
Yeah.
a fuck ton of money off it. And,
Man, that's probably a good one. Can you explain
well,
that?
not. I don't actually make that much money.
Of course, yeah.
But in the long run, I'll make some money.
Can you explain like how it normally works if you're writing tunes for someone else?
So basically, like an influencer or a DJ that doesn't make music is looking for a song, I'll say no worries. We'll make a deal. Usually, like I'll take 3/4 of the royalties, which is like the master. Usually, they want remixes because I do remixes, or sometimes I want an original, and that's cool. And sometimes you'll be like, all right, I want like a $2,000 fee up front, and then I want like 90% of the royalties to keep that going. Most artists, I'll just say, oh, just give me the royalties. And the thing is, like,
Depending on
I
the size
actually
of it,
haven't
right?
made money off the ghost producing yet, but I know in the long run I will.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, interesting. There you go.
Yeah.
So going from there, Stumbling In blows up,
Yeah.
like things no doubt start changing. So when is that point where you're just managing a club, meeting these dudes, looking up to them, to all of a sudden you getting noticed out and shit? Like when does that sort of start for you?
Well, I think like for the last part of 2023, Stumbling In came out. I was in talks with Luke at Lucky and Teamwork.
There's multiple Lukes, so which one?
Luke Spags. Yeah, you know what's funny about that real quick? That Luke, the owner, his missus is named Emma. And my Luke Spags, his missus is named Emma.
Yeah,
so you
it's
got Luke and Emma
confusing.
and Luke and Emma.
Yeah, that's why everyone calls him Spag instead of
Yeah,
Luke.
yeah. But yeah, so anyway, sort of in talks with Luke. I've already signed my record label deal with Spinning Records. I've been hit up a couple of times for gigs, but I don't really want to like take that on yet because I didn't want to like undercut myself. So I waited out the rest of the year, and then 2024 came along at the start of the year, and Luke's like, "You ready to work?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah," because we had a lot of shit on. He had New Year's, Christmas, so I had the same shit.
Fuck, I didn't realize it's been that. I thought it'd been ages now. So it's been like not even a full year you've been doing this shit. Like,
yeah,
since shit went crazy.
Yeah, it's been like since the start of this year. It started going crazy at the start of this year. Yeah. Well, Stumbling In started doing well last year, and the content was doing great. But now the tours have only been this year. So yeah, me and Luke started working. Ended up going down to Melbourne a bunch. Got some press shots. Played it a couple of times in billboards. It's actually 170 Russell. I call it billboards.
Nah, it's billboards.
It's billboards.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was 170. Like most people that I know would call it billboards still.
Yeah, cool. And yeah, so I ended up doing a few of that. Got a couple of little gigs, made a little bit of money, and then the owners were like, at the club, they're like, "Oh, you're not here enough. We have to get a new venue manager." I said, "I can still do the venue management. I'm only gone for a week and I'm back for like 6. Like, nah, we got to get someone else." I'm like, okay. So yeah, the club's gone, sort of thing. I think they reopened as another name now. But
was that scary for you? Like when you stare down the opportunity of this thing?
shitting myself.
Yeah.
Absolutely shitting myself. But I knew I had to do it because I never go into something half-assed. Like even when I started getting gigs when I was working at KFC, once I started picking up a gig a weekend, I was like, that's it. I'm a DJ now. I'm not a cook at KFC. Obviously, you want to get out of KFC as quick as you can, really.
Not me, Barry. When I'm in there, I want to stay there and eat as much food as I can.
100%. Yeah, bro. I fucking love that chicken.
Same.
Bit of gravy, man. Oh, fuck. And so I just went for it. And then like Lucky helped me out by paying me some money every week.
That's good.
Yeah, they helped me out a lot, man. Fucking smashed it. I can't speak highly enough about Lucky.
That's awesome. And that could have helped the transition of you having like a Mrs. Kid, all that sort of shit,
man.
and a bit of safety.
100%. And that's right.
That's
like,
rare, man. That's rare.
100%, man. And they like, yeah, so we smashed that out, and now I'm starting to make money now, and, things are doing really well, starting to get royalties, money for gigs. Yeah, it's fucking great.
Was there a moment that you can remember where you were like, what the fuck? Like where things sort of changed progressively, or was it slow sort of uptake?
Sort of like, it feels like it changed pretty quick now. When it was happening, I was just like, the thing, I've never really had a what the fuck moment, to be honest with you. I've had moments where I'm like stressing about like money and shit, but I never had like, I just treat it as a job because I've always seen myself as CYRIL. Like obviously I'm CYRIL, but the DJ side of CYRIL and the artist side of CYRIL, I've always seen myself as that.
Gotcha.
Not in an egotistical way, but more like I've done gigs, when I was out in the Central West, like out in New South Wales, I was going to Parks, Forbes, Orange, Dubbo, Bathurst, like going to these places, I was already touring. So it's just on a larger scale now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, when it was a little bit weird when I first started getting photos of people in airports and shit. I still remember this dude who was like 6'3" at least. He was a big Maori dude. He came was shaking, man. I was like, oh, can I get a photo with you, bro? And I'm like, dude, you're like fucking 3 times my size, man. Like, fuck. And yeah. Have you had a what the fuck moment, or you just sort of...
The thing for me, I guess, is different is that no one ever asked me a question, so this is interesting.
Gotcha.
But the thing for me was I was already doing all the shit. So like normally, you know, someone starts up and they blow up.
Yeah.
They get to go backstage, they do radio, they do this, they do that. It's like I was already doing all that shit, but no one knew who I was. You know? So I was following around artists and running festivals, and I was getting treated like red carpet sort of when I went out and visited people. So now like that part is still not, it's still normal to me.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that what the fuck for me is people always are wanting photos. Like that's such a spin out. And like like you said, that guy shaking, like people are like, they're so excited to see me, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, I don't know, it's the weirdest feeling. Like, so I was filming on Thursday, and bro, I'm in the middle of backstreets, like filming old clubs that aren't even there anymore.
Mad.
And people are like pulling up and they're like, what the dude, wait there. And like this guy did like 2 times this happened. The guy screeched around and he's like, bro, do you mind if I take a flick? I'm like, no, all good, man. He's like, I fucking love your stuff. But I'm like, it's special to have that opportunity.
Yeah, man.
But it's
it feels
weird.
Really, it's weird, but it feels really nice, eh? Like,
Yeah,
it's
it does.
Yeah, I never get sick of the photos because I'm like, fuck, like I want to meet anyone that's supporting me.
Yeah.
And you know, at my shows, I'm doing the hard ticket shows at the moment. This is the last one tonight. Basically, like after my show, I'll say like, thank you all for coming out. Now I'm going to sit on the stage. I'm going to have a conversation with everyone.
Yeah.
So I literally just sit on the stage. Like there was like 450 people there last night. I was there for an hour, man. Just like sitting there getting photos with absolutely everyone. And yeah, just vibing. I get 2 beers, have my vape, sit there, vape and smoke. And
bro, that's the thing I love about you, right? Like even watching your journey from like knowing, because obviously I was trying to get you to ghostwrite, but you didn't. But it's like from there, it's like you're so fucking normal. Like you literally are like most people, and like
Thanks,
and a lot of, and then in that situation, normally there's like this standout thing, right? Like for argument's sake, Will Sparks, he was super like confident, and you know had these dance moves and rah. Or you get like a hot chick that comes out and does whatever. Like I won't name it because I don't want to get in trouble. But it's like, but then it's like you're like you're an everyday man who has this yarn that's like crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
And you go up to Darwin, start doing TikTok, and you just commit. Like that's all you did. Just like you literally just did the work, put the work in, and then it's like you've gone nuts, and it's like you haven't changed. You're still the exact same guy.
Still the same, man.
Down to earth. Like you remind me of people that like I've met traveling fucking around Australia every single time I go to a club. You know, like the guy who's supporting the DJs and stuff like that. But now you're the big dog.
I'm giving it a go, man.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just fucking awesome because, like, I don't know, man. I just feel happy all the time. And, you know, like, for instance, like, I've got this fucking broken foot. I smashed my shoulder up. I don't know what I've done to my shoulder. This leg's fucked now. And I'm still doing these shows and I feel better than I do when I'm feeling great. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I love feeling exhausted. I love working my body and working like, I don't really go to the gym, but I love working myself, you know, and pushing myself to do better.
Yeah.
I just making sure my mind is still the same as it was before. That's the one thing I've always just wanted to keep the same mind.
Yeah. There's one thing you said earlier, right? And it's like a really common thing. So you're like, when I was 17, I was like, fuck, I want to write music in a hotel. And it's like everyone I speak to, there's this moment well before they blow up where they're like, oh, this is what my life's gonna look like. Yeah, and like, and it's cool. I fucking love that because like everybody has this. I always say like, make unrealistic goals realistic steps.
Absolutely.
And it's like for me when I do shit, like if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do some wild thing, everyone's like, no one doubts it anymore. But there was points where they're like, no, how? And I was like, I don't know. Like I think I'm gonna, so it's gonna happen. And then I make 100 steps and just do one by one, and you get there. And then like now you're living that life, and it's like they're all these crazy things that seem like a dream far away, but they weren't a dream for me beforehand. They were like a visualization. If that makes sense. And like that's what you're living. That's exactly what happened to you.
Yeah, man. There's just that one moment. I think everyone's got that one moment, 100%. And it's like that'll never escape my mind. That one moment, just sitting up in a skyrise hotel and making music. And now I don't know why, but whenever I do it now, like every day pretty much, I'm in a hotel and I still do the same thing, write music in a hotel because I'm like living the childhood dream. I feel like that's what everyone sort of does. You find that you have like multiple passions when you're a kid and you find that one passion that really sticks and puts that fire into your fucking heart. And you can either go for it or you can fuck it.
It's hard to beat someone who's willing to do 16 hours a day.
Yeah, I love it, man. And the thing is, if I'm not doing that, someone is.
Yeah. You know? I say this all the time. It's weird that I use chef as an example, but I'm like, how do you beat a chef who loves to cook if you're a chef? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, if this guy loves to cook and someone says, can you wait back 4 hours, they're going to do it. because it's not work to them.
Yeah,
like, you
exactly.
can't beat someone who loves what they do.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
100%, man. It never feels like work to me.
Yeah, and if you feel like exactly the same as me, still
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's like I'll probably work like a 40-hour work week to me feels like a chill one.
Yeah, dude.
And
I'm
it's
doing like fucking. I think we calculated the other day. It was like 220 hours a fortnight or something. It's fucked.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So then this all blows up, right? It hits radio, it goes fucking number one across Australia. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
You have number ones around the world. It's not just there. You meet Susie Quatro. Like, how was that?
That was insane. Well, the funny thing was, I was at Disturbed, so I met Disturbed the day before because I made
band?
that. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because I went to, I made that Sound of Silence. Yeah, dude, it was fucking insane. He's got a crazy voice, and the band is down to earth as fuck.
Yeah, no
So
shit.
I made that Sound of Silence remix, and I loved it. And so we met, done some content, and then I was in Adelaide, I think. Yeah, I was in Adelaide first. And then I got off the flight to Darwin, and then Luke messaged me and said, hey, funny thing is you got to go up in the morning and go to Perth. Perth, yeah. So I went there and I met Susie Quatro, and she's fucking beautiful. Yeah, I think the artists that have made it and done a good career are usually just beautiful people. And the first thing she said was like, oh, you're the one that nicked my song. But she was just kidding, she loves it. And,
That's so cool, eh?
Yeah, I think we were going to do some stuff, some live stuff over in Europe soon, but trying to work out what the fuck to do.
How to do it.
Yeah.
So your first like world tour, right? When you leave Australia, you obviously do a whole bunch of stuff here.
Yeah.
You go do a world tour. Like, what was that like?
Well, I didn't have a passport 10 months ago. So first of all, I went to Amsterdam for like 10 days. And I fell in love with Amsterdam. So that's why I half live there now. And basically, yeah, when I met my team, I smoked a bunch of weed, fucking doing all the stuff we do in Amsterdam. And then I flew back and said, oh, fuck, that was so good. And I ended up, that's right, I had to go to Germany as well. So I done a pop-up gig in Germany. I'm like, I need to do this more. And we ended up signing a deal with Yap, which is a Yap agency. Will goes through them, Timmy Trumpet, Restricted. So, ended up going back, done a bunch of gigs, broke my foot, and then I went and toured America. Yeah, it was insane. It was really fun, man. I've been there. This will be my fourth trip. I got to go back in a few weeks, and this will be my fourth trip over to Amsterdam, Europe this year.
In 10 months.
In 10 months.
Wow.
Yeah. And it feels like a quick flight, man. I just sleep half the way, and I've been flying first class over there. That's fucking sick, bro. It's so expensive, but it's so fucking fun.
Yeah. You feel like a baller?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, 100%. And and I'm there, like, you got these rich motherfuckers, and I'm just like, hey, you going? Eating their cheese, drinking their wine. They have like 20-year-old fucking French wine and shit. I'm mad. Emirates, bro. Fucking sick.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah.
So when you leave home in Darwin, because that's like your real base,
Yeah.
do you struggle leaving the fam and stuff, or you just know it's work?
That's my biggest struggle. That is the struggle. I don't give a fuck about a broken foot. I don't give a fuck if I break my fucking skull, man. I'll get through it all. But leaving my family is like, that's the hardest thing, 100%. Every time I gotta leave, man, and I'm like, I get home, my boy's like fucking grown fucking 10 inches. Like,
Yeah.
he gets so much bigger every time I get home. And, the other day he just said, mama. And, like, I was home for it. I'm like, fuck yeah. Because I wasn't home for him walking. I wasn't home for him, like, crawling properly and shit like that. So,
Yeah, it's hard, because like you're away
Yeah.
from them, but at the same time, it's like, they're going to grow up and be like, fuck, Dad, you're a legend. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you lived your dreams, you did this stuff. So
well,
you
I
kind
know
of.
it's worth it because I got to go home after I was away for 4 months, came home, brought a new fucking couch, got like the new Dyson vacuum, fucking Robo vacuum, done up the studio, got some new fucking guitars, some microphones. I can do whatever I want with the house and shit. My missus has started a law degree, so I went and brought a new MacBook and fucking new monitors and shit like that. So I can do financially, we're fucking free now.
Yeah, it's so good, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck, I never do this, but that's sick.
Thanks, brother.
You're a sick
Appreciate
cunt.
it, bro. You're a
'Cause it's
sick
like,
cunt.
I moved too, and it's like fucking,
Yeah.
I always think about it sometimes, like, not as much as you,
Yeah.
but I'm always like, at least my kids, they're watching me live my dream. They're going to
Yeah.
be proud of me, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, so it's a hard one, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, that's so good, bro, that you've
Thanks,
gone from this story where you are to where
Yeah.
you are to what you're doing now, where you got, even though you have to sacrifice, you're still going back and like
Yeah.
you're feeding the ones you love,
100%, bro. Like, whatever my missus wants, she gets. Like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, man. And the thing is, she's not a fucking diva. Like, she's not like that. Like, bro, she needs new clothes. I'm like, the other day, I'm like, just get some clothes. She goes, no, I don't want to ask you for money.
Yeah.
So you're not asking for money. It's fucking our money. Like, so it's funny. It's fucking hilarious. Like, Yeah, I've organised like I've got her coming down for the Arias, so and like MJ just started daycare and shit. That's my boy's name. So and his nan's up there, Jess's mum. So basically they flying down. She's coming down to Sydney. I've sorted out like a fucking stylist, got the fucking the travel,
Sorted.
Crown Casino, a Crown Hotel, fucking just gone ham. So
Makes it worth it, eh?
yeah, man, being able to do that with the missus is fucking that's the time it makes it worth it. And going down the red carpet at the Arias.
100, man.
Insane.
That's like a dream for me still, you know what I mean? Yeah, like and that's going to be awesome. So when this comes out, you may have won an Aria.
Yeah, probably not. I reckon I'm going to say not.
You got some massive
I got
competition.
to go to the Arias. Yeah. The thing is, I don't want to win this year, man, because I feel like I haven't like made myself enough of an artist yet. Like you've got like Dolla, right? He's been going for as Dolla for
15 years.
The thing is, he's been famous for like 10 years.
Not even, man. Like 4 or 5, yeah.
Well, it was back in 2013. He used to release on Ministry of Sound, so he had stuff happening by that time.
Yeah.
But then obviously, his main fame has come in the last 4 years. But I feel like I need some more years to get that.
It.
Yeah, exactly. Like before I went on the world tour, I had no vibe in Australia. I had like a tiny bit of vibe, not much. But now when I come back to Australia, all the shows are fucking hectic. Everyone knows me. I get photos with everyone. I can see it changing, but I need more time to bring the people around to say like, I'm here, but I don't want to barge in like that. I want Dom to win. I want Kyler to win. They're fucking been in the game for so much longer than me, and I want to earn it.
It's just cool to have your name alongside those guys.
I love having the name there. That's it. Aria nominated. Fuck yeah, sick. In 3 years, Aria winner. Sick.
Yeah, you'll do it.
I feel like now's not the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my manager will say, like, Luke will say different. But, like, he wants me to win, obviously, but I just don't want to win right now.
Bro, you know that Spags, so Dom Dolla's manager is sort of like who Spags did his apprenticeship with, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of funny that they're James, who's his Dom's manager, and then Spags, who worked at the same club, and they sort of grew up together, and now have artists on the Arias.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking crazy, right?
Fucking insane.
And that's the thing, man. Like when you get in these circles, like it's not unusual for me to be like, oh, 2 of my mates that I grew up with have artists in the Aria right now. Like, and it's so cool for me to be able to say that.
How long have you known Luke for?
I've known all those boys, bro. So all the guys from Lucky, like I've known Spag since he was 17. Yeah, like I've known Jay since he was 17 from Teamwork.
Have you met Dom?
Yeah, heaps of times. Yeah,
nice,
so like, I see him still regularly. Like I just had his manager's wedding, and I was there like last year. Yeah.
Funny, I haven't met Dom actually.
He's the nicest dude in the world.
I'd love to meet him. Yeah,
you're gonna froth him when you meet him. I guarantee.
I reckon he'll be mad.
You'll tell him you did this, he'll be stoked.
Yeah,
yeah, because we've known each other forever. But Luka Dorovich, like I cut my teeth. I started working at Billboard when I first started. It was like the first club I had.
What were you doing there?
So I was running events and shit like that, and then basically I started to. That was my first full-time gig where I was getting paid $500 a week, and I got to not have to work. Like that was my first actual job in clubs, and I was just marketing. I was basically just bringing people, bro. To be honest, but
Oh, one of the promo.
Yeah, that's how I started. Yeah.
How old were you then?
Fucking 18.
Fuck yeah.
So I've been doing that for 20 years now, but
dude, fucking oath.
I've never had one guest ask me more questions. So
I want to have a conversation.
Yeah, 100.
I feel like podcasts are conversations.
Yeah, true that. Yeah,
like a radio interview is a bit different sometimes.
So all that team that you're with, like they're legends, and I've cut my teeth on them. Kiz, so Kiz was under me. He used to be a DJ, Kieran.
Yeah,
and it's like all those guys. They're real special to me. Both teams. So it's cool to watch them take 2 artists to the Arias head to head. And I'm not going to take sides, I don't reckon.
Are you coming to the Arias?
Oh, bro, I wish, man. That's like there's a couple of things I haven't done. So I haven't done a festival. It's called the Bowl here.
Yeah.
And there's a joint called the Forum. So I've had artists play there, but I've never had an artist do a show there. And then the Arias. So they're the 3 things that I still have on my bucket list. Like, but I've got time. Like
I don't know what I have on my bucket list anymore, man. I feel like main stage Tomorrowland, that might be on my bucket list.
Bro, I feel like that's not that far off.
I think maybe Ultra Miami would be fucking sick.
Yeah, true.
But I don't have that many goals anymore. I think my goals are just to keep going.
Yeah.
Like I want to do this for like 10 years. Maybe I want to open like a winery, like a vineyard, a couple of horses, and have a studio there, and then run a little side business of wine. And I love wine, man. Red wine.
Bad, dude.
I love that shit, bro. And I think like maybe move somewhere where it's like I just want to have a property somewhere with a studio and a winery.
That's so weird. You're in the midst of like the boom of your career, and you're like already thinking about your retirement.
Yeah, dude, just think about what I want to do. Like,
in Darwin.
Nah, fuck no, you can't grow wine there.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
You need grapevines and shit.
Yeah. So down here, you have to come to the cold.
Probably like South Australia or fucking. I think New South Wales. I'd love to come back to New South Wales.
No shit.
I love it here, bro. Oh no, this is fucking Victoria. Oh no, I'm still in Sydney. No, Victoria, bro. I was actually talking to Luke. Maybe it might be Victoria too. Like out past Geelong or something.
Yeah.
Or past Bendigo, somewhere there. There's some good fucking wineries out there.
100.
Yeah.
So this is a weird one that you probably don't even know that I know, but I know that you're going through a process at the moment, potentially with Tourette's.
I actually have Tourette's. How'd you know that?
So Spags brought it up in conversation, and I was
Did
like,
he?
"Can I talk about this?" And he said, "Yeah." So actually, funnily enough, it started because we were talking about Uncle Tix.
Yeah.
Because I was recently just in Hamilton. I know you guys caught up.
Yeah.
Over
love
there.
him.
Yeah,
He
legend.
set me off real bad.
Did he?
I was sitting there fucking because I don't have the
Swearing.
the verbal. I just tick like that, sort of like that. But it's more like when I'm really fucked, like tired, like just exhausted, man. Like when I was in Europe after the whole tour, like I was in America, you know, after all the surgeries and shit, I didn't stop at all for like 4 months. I remember the last show I did was when I just released Still Into You. We done a Still Into You pop up gig in at ADE, you know, Australian dance event, Amsterdam dance event, Australian fucking hell. Yeah, so I done that. And I remember watching the video back. And I'm just there fucking twitching, man. But yeah, it's actually been better this week and last week. I don't think I've twitched once. I don't know, maybe I have. I don't know.
No, I haven't seen you now.
Yeah, it's been pretty good lately because I'm nice and I've been relaxed and I chilled out for like 4 days at home. I was still working, but my chill time is in the studio. I'm diagnosed for ADHD.
Yeah, I was going to say, because like you and me have both been doing it because I got it too.
Yeah.
But I've been doing that with my hands and you've
Yeah,
been rocking
I'm
your
always
foot.
fucking
So in my
riddled,
head,
man.
I'm like, you're ADHD.
Yeah, bro, I'm fucking riddled with the dog.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But there's yeah, Tix, like when I actually got there, it was a week after you guys. And then he was like, oh, I met your mate Spags. And I was like, yeah. But he's wild, bro. How crazy is that shit?
I love that bloke, man.
But it's funny because like...
He's got some stories too, man.
Yeah, wild.
Fucking big, good stories. He's hung around some famous motherfuckers.
Oh, 100. When I was with him, he kept pinching me and kicking me and then saying sorry.
Yeah.
So we were having like real serious conversation. He's like, hey, He's like, sorry. And as I keep talking, and no one was looking at him like or reacting. I was like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, cool, but.
And that's the thing, you can't really react to it because if you do, it'll sort of set him off more, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So nice too.
I love him, bro. He's so fucking nice. We were at Mardi Gras in, I can't remember
the name either.
Old Cooney.
Old Cooney, yeah. Mitch Lowe runs it.
Beautiful fucking place. Mitch is a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend too.
Yeah, we were there together and, yeah, dude, he was slapping me in the face and I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, you can't do much about it, you know? It's like just how he is. Then when I went back to his hotel, this mad hotel, we just fucking got on the piss. For like, I was there for an hour and then Luke's like, all right, we got to go. Because you guys probably don't know, but like, Luke doesn't drink.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they told me that he dragged you out because Luke had to go sit in a cold river the next day or something.
Yeah, well, Luke went to the fucking river and...
ice baths, yeah?
Yeah, bro. Loves ice baths every morning. So I went there and I wanted to film a video because I've done this remix. And I was like, let's go to like a location. Like, yeah. And I have a thing about like green. I don't like green. Like the color green in the videos. I don't know. I feel like they don't do as well. I don't know what it is. But I ended up doing it there anyways because it was a beautiful spot. And when we were there, Luke's like, fuck, I'll get in the water. It was like -4 degrees.
Fuck.
Fucking mad in the head, eh?
But he's doing it every day anyway. But yeah. He's wild, that guy.
Every day, man. He's a fucking freak.
Machine.
Like, insane. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I had his motivation sometimes. But you know what? He'll, like, even this morning, we're in Sydney. I've woken up, like, gotten ready, and he's still at the gym. And we have 5 minutes to go until we have to be at the airport. You know, like...
What, did he fly in with you?
Yeah, he was in Sydney with me.
Oh, I didn't know that. So where did he go with it before here?
So we had to go to Brisbane together. We done the show, and we've got this big fucking case, like, fucking huge, man. Like, I think it's like 2 meters wide, 2 meters long. I don't know. It's big. It's a big bucket hat. I made it.
In South Melbourne or some shit. He was.
Yeah.
That makes sense because he was saying.
That's what we were just saying. We had to drop it off to the production company.
That's why I asked you before about your hat when you walked in. I said, "Is that the hat you're wearing?" And you're like, "Yeah," because he said he had to pick up a big bucket hat.
Oh, gotcha. I thought he was talking about like I don't know what the fuck.
I thought he was talking about the one you're wearing.
No,
that makes sense.
I got this from Hogwarts in fucking LA, man.
That's
This is
mad.
a Harry Potter hat.
That's sick.
I love Harry Potter, bro.
So other than the R's coming up, you know, you've just done a whole bunch of shit with like Dean Lewis, Susie Quatro, who's the other guy, Teddy Swims. You just did something with.
Yeah, Keita Alexander.
How was that meeting him quickly before I've...
Love that bloke, man. We were in Brisbane, drank 6 bottles of tequila. He drank 2 on stage. Like, he's a fucking animal. Loves it.
Surely, man, meetings like Susie Quatro, you know, Dean Lewis, Teddy Swims, like, surely that's a what the fuck moment for you.
Nah. I don't know. I just treat him as people. Love Teddy. He's my boy. Dean. Fucking love him. Yeah, I've been on FaceTime with Tiesto a few times. Yeah, I just love it, man. I'm writing a song for Ava Max right now. Doing some stuff with, I think I'm doing a remix with David Guetta. I don't know if it's going to actually be out, but I've got the, stems to try it out. So things are going well.
That was my next question. Like, what's next for you? Like, you got all this massive stuff right now, but what's next?
No idea. I think just originals next year. I think I just want to do like some originals. Got some really cool shit coming up. Like we just got like an opportunity to. Do you know who Max Martin is?
No.
He's one of the biggest songwriters in the world. He's made like, if you look up his catalog, it's insane. He's written like Coldplay, Taylor Swift, like hundreds of hits, man. Like it's ridiculous. His list of hits is just billion fucking stream hits.
Yep.
So I just got his catalog to remix whatever I want off that. He's on the weekend, like Take My Breath, Blinding Lights, Non-Blinding Lights.
Man.
Insane. So I just got the opportunity to have a look through his list and find some songs to do. So I'm in LA in a few weeks, and I think I might go to his studios and check it all out. Really want to meet him, man. He's a genius.
How long before you reckon you have to leave Darwin?
I never. Until I want to.
You won't?
It's fine. No, I think until I buy a house. I don't know. I'll probably buy a house in Darwin and settle down, and then I'll buy another house in Melbourne somewhere, in Victoria somewhere.
So who else has blown up from Darwin? Like, you're the first person to really blow up from there?
Funny thing about Dom, he's from Darwin.
Oh, yeah, originally. Yeah.
But he was 14 when he moved.
Yeah.
Jessica Malboy.
Yeah, okay.
But no one to the scale of what I've done.
Doing now.
No offense to him. I love Jessica Malboy. But just like the scale of going overseas and doing the big tours. And
that's cool as fuck, man. I love this like small town story thing, right? I like to wind it all back. But it's like, go up in a town with 50 people, move to a place that, is one of the small cities in Australia.
Yeah.
And then now you're having this worldwide success. It's like, it shows to anybody who's watching that anyone can do it.
Yeah, man.
So you don't have to live in Melbourne and have these connects or be in Sydney and be in some certain scene. Like the clubs you're playing at, like, aren't necessarily like iconic clubs when people think of Australian clubs that have blown up careers like Flume or Peking Duck or Dom Dolla. But here you are sitting across from me talking about fucking traveling the world and looking to move with Amsterdam, hanging out with Teddy Scrims, all this sort of shit, dude. So I'm gonna wrap it up here though because we're about to finish up and you've got a headline. Man. You've got a headline show tonight.
I do. I've got physio in 20 minutes too, actually.
WP Shots. I got a bottle for you right here, actually. Where the fuck is it? That is yours, my bro.
Man.
You can have that tonight at the show. So that's WP Shot Sourpuss. You can get that at First Choice or Liquorland or any good independent around the country or any good nightclub worth visiting. Other than that, it's Estilio, the label, owned by a couple of Melbourne lads. It's they're promoters. Quality's so good. I'll get you a t-shirt. If you don't like it and you buy one, I'll personally give you the money back. That's how good the quality is. 888 Digital. My boy Carlo Paduano. He is enhancing and blowing up festivals, events, and hospitality industry via digital strategies all the time. If you're looking to do that and you want to like get the edge, and he's the man to talk about. He's who I use for my own festivals. Dude, thank you so much for coming down, man. It's fucking been sick to meet you.
Appreciate it, bro.
And
thanks for having me.
You're a fucking legend. So thank you so much, my man.
Thanks, brother.